Alright, so today I'm out here testing my EcoFlow. Let's see how much I can get panels on it, how much panel I can get on it. It's 194 right now, 194 watts, 198. I do have these space heaters, which are 250 watts a piece as my load banks, so I can pull up to 500 watts. The EcoFlow is rated at 600 watts. I do have it running down into 10 gauge wire, 50 foot over to 3 panels. These are all 3 of them are rich solar, 100 watt, 12 volt panels. And the okay, so I have 3 100 watt 12 volt panels, which would give us 300 watts, and I do have them connected in parallel with triple branch connectors. So yeah, anyways, the idea is, can you over panel this? Yeah, you can. You can over panel it. It's actually over paneling, but it'll limit itself to 198. This is at 72%. I have noticed when it's up higher, like 80, above 80%, it will cut itself off. It'll cut the voltage back coming in through this XT X-Ray Tango 60 connector right here. 25 volts, 12 amp max. That's what we can push into it. Here's the other specs on it. So if you do run this above 80%, 80, yeah, 80%, or if you're trying to run these panels on here above 80, it'll only charge it at like 110 watts, and then it will cut out. So it'll drop back down to 0, and then it'll charge it. It'll start charging. But you can't you can over panel it. It is stopping the extra voltage from coming in, the extra wattage. But if you do decide to try to run this with 300 watt panels on here, you can, it's good to have a load, have some sort of a load on here, and then it'll let you pull the 190, you know, the 198 if you have maximum radiance on your panels. Alright, what else about this? I did have an issue with this plug. Right, I did overvolt it once, over power it, something like that. I pulled too much power on it. Anyways, it never reset itself. I had to send it back in to have them reset it, and then I guess I updated the firmware or something on it. But I wasn't able to connect to Wi-Fi because you have to have a router with you, and that router has to be connected to internet apparently. But I have been going, I road tripped with this for 8 months, and this was my primary power source, and it worked absolutely perfect. Running on one 100 watt Harbor Freight panel, because that's all I could get while I was driving around. That's accessible. These ports work good. I did turn the beep sound off, so you notice how there's no beeping. Usually when you turn this on, and you have to do that inside the app. So when I actually got back to house and Wi-Fi, I went in here and changed the parameters, and I also stopped the charge rate at 95%. So it doesn't charge up to 100, but it does charge to 95%. Apparently that's supposed to increase the life of the battery. 20% is recommended, so 80, but I wouldn't do that. I mean, anything else. It does have the USB Type-C port on there. I've never used that. Hopefully in the future, when they change every device over and laptops over to this instead of using a a block, that'll come in handy. Alright, well that's it. I just wanted to see what the maximum pull on this was. So it's 198 is the max I can pull out of this cable coming in here. And you can over panel it, but I've only over paneled it by 100 watts. And I've only been able to get like 95% efficiency out of those, so 95 watts or whatever out of one panel. So 95, 95, 180, 5, so yeah. And there's the cat. Alright.